Adventurers that plan to visit the northern lands of Zeya are bound to smell the scent of burning wood, although most can't really place the smell. Most adventurers that visit these lands can't stop their curiosity and travel further north, across destroyed villages and shipyards, till they reach a building so large, but still so magnificent. This building looks like a fortress to most people, but it's used as a prison. It has huge thick walls that are impenetrable, and a green door with a large, strange symbol that belongs to a long forgotten order. This prison is called after the prisoner that is held there, and therefore it's called Wintertodt. When walking towards the prison, adventurers are greeted by Archaeus mages that keep the prison up and running. These mages don't consider themselves part of Archaeus anymore, and call themselves pyromancers. They belong to an order called the Order of the Secret Flame. This ancient order was created to keep Wintertodt locked inside his prison. The prison itself isn't strong enough to keep Wintertodt from breaking out. To keep him inside the prison, the order created braziers. In these braziers, bruma branches must be burned. These branches come from the 4 bruma trees that have been planted in the prison. The bruma tree has magical properties and can't be found outside the prison. The heat of a burning bruma branch weakens this great prisoner and ensures that he stays locked up inside the prison. The order quickly ran against a major problem.
The bruma branch only burns for a few seconds,
but the braziers have to be lit all the time to keep the Wintertodt weakened. They didn't have enough members to keep these braziers lit, and therefore they employed adventurers to do the work for them. The adventurers would keep the braziers lit, and for their services they would receive crates with supplies. They could also be granted the power of fire and the rank of Master Firemaker. When an adventurer is granted the power of fire, they receive a book called the Tome of Fire. This tome has special properties and is very popular among mages in Gillianor. A Master Firemaker is a person that reaches the rank of 99 in the art of firemaking. They are able to burn any log in Gillianor. Some adventurers began to have such a strong connection with the fire that a phoenix arose and swore to serve them till death. These adventurers have kept the Wintertodt at bay for thousands of years. After a while, the adventurers didn't even know why they had to burn these logs in the first place. So I'm going to educate them. More than 1,000 years ago, the northern part of Zeya was inhabited by farmers, villages, and even fishermen. The winters were a problem on the farm, but when spring came around, the ground became fertile again. Then, without any warning, there was a huge blizzard. This was unlike any blizzard they had ever experienced before. The animals on the farm froze to death on the fields. Some of the villagers that were outside couldn't make it to their homes in time and froze to death. The once prosperous fishing village was destroyed and most of the fishermen died. Wintertodt had come. This huge creature didn't have a form, but consisted out of fog and terrifying green eyes. It supposedly came from across the Northern Sea, from lands no one has discovered, even till this day. It seemed invincible. How can one stop something that has no form? Sure, there were a few people that tried to stop him over the years. The book Wintertodt Parable tells us of a farmhand that tried to kill the Wintertodt, so that he could win the hand of his lord's daughter. This man was called dantus and received the lord's best armor and weapon. And he said, "I vow that I will venture into the mountains and destroy the beast, so it shall trouble us no more." The book goes on to say, into the mountains dantus climbed, camping at night in caves to protect himself from the wind and snow in search of the Wintertodt. From devastated village to devastated village he traveled, following the carnage of the Wintertodt. With hope in his heart and love strengthening his arm, dantus felt invincible in his armor and powerful with a sword in his hand. He was ready when he met the Wintertodt. One wishes you could say he put up a fight, but dantus lay dead before he even saw the Wintertodt, the icy wind freezing him to the bone, before he could even lay a blow. The fate of dantus is a notable reminder that some battles cannot be fought alone. He was an example to anyone who even thought of defeating this enemy, and so Wintertodt kept terrorizing the land and even the city of Courland. For 50 years Courland was terrorized by this winter. Most inhabitants of northern Courland didn't even know spring or summer, as they were born during the Great Winter. During these 50 years, many tried to find a way to weaken the beast. The ones that were most successful were the Archaeus mages that founded the Order of the Secret Flame, which was dedicated to stop or subdue the Wintertodt. The most powerful of these mages tried to attack him with fire spells, but even the strongest fire spells didn't weaken the beast. After so many years of frost and pain, the citizens of Courland were beginning to lose hope. Till a master Lovican smith named Din created a plan to defeat the winter beast. Meeting with the Order of the Secret Flame, Din believed that the roots of the bruma tree, a magical tree laying within the heart of the frozen tundra north of Courland, could emit the heat required to subdue the winter beast. Din proposed to construct a large prison in which to lure the beast in, and seal it with a large set of doors made from various materials, including lovekite and bark from the bruma tree, with enchantments placed by the order. King Lovican II approved this plan, and they began to work.
First a tower was made for the smith, and it was called Din's Retreat.
In this tower he could begin working on ways to build a giant prison. A few weeks later, Din had created a hammer which was bound with strong magic, which made it perfect for the job. While the mages tried to subdue Wintertodt with magical fires, Din and his colleagues built a giant fortress around him. This took 800 days, and when it was finished, Din made giant doors, and the Order of the Secret Flame placed enchantments on the doors, strong enough to keep anyone from damaging them. Lord Lovican II declared the day as Winter's End, as this day was a day to remember. The Wintertodt remains imprisoned till this day. But the doors have been damaged by someone, and it's only a matter of time till the Wintertodt breaks free. It is strange that the doors were able to get damaged, as the enchantments on the doors were created by the most skilled mages in Zeah, and seemed impossible to weaken. The person or being that has done this must wield an incredible amount of power. The only wizard in Zeah's history that could have the ability to wield such power is Xeric. But even he wasn't this powerful back in his time. This worries me, and I hope the mages in Archaeus can find out who did it, as Courland probably can't survive both Wintertodt and the evil that has been orchestrating these events. I'm glad to say that I will be safe if anything would happen to this prison, as I don't live in these lands. Written by John the Historian. Nickname Teashirt. Hello guys, thanks for watching this lore episode. I hope you enjoyed it so far. This part of the video will be about transforming the scripts and videos and the future of my channel. As you might have heard, this episode is written by John the Historian. This man is a fictional character that will tell the lore stories in the future. It's probably a bit vague right now, so let me explain the thinking process and the reason why I made him. You guys have probably noticed that this channel is a lot different from the other OSRS channels and streamers. This was done on purpose. I really want my channel to be something special. This leads me to my thinking process. Because of the way I make my content, instead of thinking about grinds and XP rates, I focus on lore, world building, and making OSRS feel more alive. John the Historian is the starting point. I want to give you guys the feeling that the videos are told by a man that actually lives in RuneScape and has a backstory. This gives the channel a deeper layer and hopefully makes it more interesting and fun. The story writing in this video was a lot different than the other previous videos I've made. I'm trying to turn the videos into a story-like experience, instead of it being just another OSRS video. I want to thank each one of you for being here. It's great to see how many people care about lore, and I truly think this community is one of the nicest out there. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you've watched till the end, leave a comment saying historian, so that I know that people watched it. Have a great day.